Hello and welcome back to Songs of Syx, to our version 71 low-income barony / dark fortress. When we last left off, we had survived a massive food spiral where half of our population died, if not maybe a little bit more of it, but we have bounced back. We are still on the edge of food. It's a tough situation, but we have a massive grain farm coming in. We have a fishery run by our small commune of amoebans up here in the corner. And we're going to get food security settled out today. If we have some grain coming in and we have some bread coming in, I feel like the amoebans can start eating. Well, they're just mostly eating fish, so it's not too much of a problem.
Howdy.
Fair, good morning, howdy. Thank you for the 4 months. Our Dondorians are doing okay. We have a bit of spare room here, but not actually a ton. So I may want to consider also adding in some more rooms for them. Looking at that, it feels like that might be a reasonable case. I'm going to continue building them sort of up into this area for their housing. Our mushroom farm is really not producing much. We have very low moisture down here as well. But everything else is humming. The stone mine has 20 people working in it right now, which feels like an insane amount, but isn't really too bad. I think we mostly just got to wait for the grain farm to get going. Today's things, I'd really like to start stretching out the roads and planning out the Garamithi colony. Because if we're gonna get military going, we're gonna need this iron. We're gonna want that coal. There's lots of things in here that I do want. I suppose we could also get coal from the dwarves. It's not a bad idea. Especially because I can use it, probably, to make bread. Noted. Which would cut down on the amount of wood we're using. Not that the bakery uses very much wood. Well, I guess it's not really got any grain to cook things, so. All right, how are we doing lately? We made a ton of money because we started exporting things. Inflation is up. Denaries are up in general. Everything else is kind of just humming along. We're low on clothes because we were selling all of them. I noticed a patch note the other day that said that these are kind of broken. But I think they've been fixed now as well. They were inversed, apparently. Right now, they're all saying the no work is in the radius. That guy for sure just grabbed some shirts. I feel like. Hi, Mona. Welcome. I want to keep a bit of an eye on this today. Because I do feel like maybe those numbers are still on inverse. The patch note was a little unclear. I couldn't tell if they were saying like, hey, this is a problem, or hey, this was a problem and is now fixed. Yeah, see, that guy just pulled shirts. So the answer is for sure that this is inversed right now. I don't know why. But I'm going to set them at 20%. Wait, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I think that should stop them from pulling shirts. And stones and fiber. That's the hope. That's the hope. Work meeting, that could be an email. It's a fireball. Question, why wasn't it an email? Yup. Fireball is always the answer. That's the rule. You want to say hi to everybody, Moni? She says, nope, not really, but I will. Mona was, of course, trying to eat all of her sister's food this morning, as per usual. Love getting emails that read, I have a question, please give me a call. By love, I mean loathe. In the time it took to write the email, they could have just, I don't know, asked the question. Or, I don't know, picked up the phone and called you. I guess that's the other half of it. Or at least, like, I don't know, man, state what the question is. You can always be like, hey, I want to call and talk about this. Hi. Push, 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 push. You know, I had a realization just this instant while giving Mona a kiss, which is that really, if I'm doing paved roads on a 4 road, the paved road should be on the outside, and the dirt road should be on the inside too. Sort of like it is here. Because if they're gonna walk along... What is hilarious is they seem to prefer walking along the dirt road than the paved roads. I don't know, man. I can't get these guys to do anything I want right. Alright, what's new? Mass grave, fishery. That's it. Our guys are still swimming. We did we unlock stone walls? No, we haven't yet. Stairs, but not stone walls. And I did want to add in gatehouses, but they cost metal, so I'm definitely not in any rush on those. One of the other big things, this woodcutter had extremely bad moisture. So there was some discussion about how do I move the canals over here as well. Which I think it is probably something I can figure out today. I could get rid of this bench. You know what? This would be the best way to do this. Because then I could put a culvert like right there and right there. And then I could just run water down the edge of that wall. I think that's probably what we'll do today. I need... I need. It's so funny. It's like it's directly in the spot where there's no moisture. We need metal for that. Which we can't afford to buy at the moment. This is something actually to discuss, which is the fact that I have money. So I could start trying to buy some stuff. Like metal, like weapons. Potentially. There are 50 troops in the spearmen. Shields also would be nice. But at the very least, I could make some spears. 2 paper. I don't really want to give you paper. That's really expensive, but I'm gonna do it. Because our guys can't train without that. And I do have 50 guys set up, so at least then they'd all have a spear. Technically, they're meant to have 4 spears in order to be proper quality, but it's the beginning. It's the beginning of our guys. All right, and I am noticing we're starting to have a bit of a housing crisis, mostly with humans, which should not be the case whatsoever. There's lots of space for the humans to live. Which leads me to believe they maybe don't have housing close enough to the things that they want. So, you shall inherit my legacy, my fur child. This discount barony. Hey, who you calling a discount barony? I feel like we're a little bit nicer than a discount barony. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe discount barony is accurate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. I like this could come down at any point. So why don't we just do it here? And then extend that road in a little bit more that way too. This would lead me to believe I'm digging out this to form question mark, question mark, question mark. The temperature is rising today. I could dig it out like that and maybe make a janitor down here. And you know what else we don't have down here is a washroom. Yeah, both of those things would probably be appreciated. Man's gotta poop, right? A man has gotta poop. Let's just say 1, 2, 3. 7 by 7. You'd be basins, probably along that side. Yeah, I could do it like that. 15. I think there's an argument to be had there. And then I can make this guy a janitor. I should probably put in a temple down here so they have someone to pray to. I do wonder about religion. Ah, cool. So because we only have an Aminism temple, more people are praying to him than anyone else. Which is kind of nice. I mean, it might become a problem further down the road as we start having more guys of different cultures. Oh, yeah. Look at all the people coming up here to cool down, though, because of the heat wave. That I could definitely see being an issue. Pools. Well, we have that metal coming in. So if I wanted to start culverting stuff, where would I think about doing that? I could run a pipe down here along this Skipper Road. Oh man, culverts are hard to do. It's hard to get water to like the center of your city. Though I'm definitely now seeing a very good reason to do this, so. Songs of Syx might sound weird, but your lizard folk videos helped me through a rough patch a few months ago. Dude, I'm glad to hear that. I really enjoyed that campaign, so. It did really well on YouTube, which is part of the reason why I've opted to kind of come back and do another Songs of Syx video. I really like this game, so I'm glad people are enjoying it as well. And more importantly, like, I'm glad you're through the rough patch then. I'm glad it could be a help. Is it a metaphor for life? Dirt belongs on the inside and the nice clean well-maintained self belongs on the outside. Historical known fact, women don't poop. We have no bodily functions other than baby making and breathing. Breathing's only allowed because baby making with a woman is not breathing is socially unacceptable. I can't speak for certain on that. This seems to go beyond my field of expertise personally. I'll have to take your word. I think I know better. All right, and if you're a janitor at 8x6, do you make sense? I gotta know. That's 20 janitors? That's so many janitors. Okay, the good news is that's not 20 janitors because that doesn't make any sense. $90. What if 93? Wow. What do you have? You just have 2 workstations. And I think that's 1, 3, and 2. I think that's what I did there. You cannot make workstations bigger or smaller for janitors. So if that's the case, maybe this room is not a janitor station. Could maybe be a temple. I don't know if I tear out that wall, if it wouldn't collapse. Can you have a big temple underground? I guess you can't, right? Because everything would explode if you did that. Just move the center of the city to the water? I like the way you think, illogical. Mundo, howdy. More janitors, give everyone their own personal janitors. Currently, apparently, I have 9 janitors, which seems insane. But they're working at 85%, so maybe that's okay. I mean, they are handling the entire city without issue. Okay, so the wheat is coming in. I actually have a thought at the moment, which is turning off the baker. Because I need them to bring... Yeah, we have 80 grain right now, and I need them to bring that here. Why do I have, like, no builders? Here we go. They're starting to build that up. The food scarcity is, like, everything right now, you know? And I tell you what. I'm going to turn on small conscripts. Not everybody, but some people can start trading. Okay, and that grain farm is ready to go, so let's throw in 5 bakers as well. They got a lot of construction to do there. A lot of construction to do. So, I guess the other part of me is like, if this city is humming and alive, and this city is humming and alive, can we just like set up the roads and make another city? This place obviously has room for improvements. The pooper scooper being one of them. Arguably the most important one. And OP. I'm assuming that it doesn't matter if you build out of stone or underground. I assume everything just is stone. Though, I don't know. Maybe they'll build a different flooring in there? That's actually a question. Because the flooring in all of these is like dirt. I never thought about that yet. Yeah, our food issues are still like, I still have 0 food. And I don't want to expand the city too much more until we get this stuff sorted out. Apprentice is 400 population. That gets us an embassy. Which is good for diplomacy, but honestly, I'm more focused in conquering things. at this point. I am going to run into a huge problem, which is that as soon as this farm is built, I'm going to need like 16 farmers. And I do not have that. At all. You were going to be a main road. You're meant to be a main road. Now I'm realizing I've built all this stuff along. Wait. Where are the main roads out of my city? I've done a very poor job of planning this city. This was meant to be one. And instead, I have built this stage here and these flower boxes. Technically, if I could clear that, it would be fine. But the intention was that, like, these 4 lanes... I guess it doesn't matter which 4 lanes. Okay, well, this is set up to be a main road. I think I can still do that. And that is the road that the warehouse is along. And then this is meant to be a main road, though it kind of goes zigzag-ah. Planning a good city, I did not do. Yeah. All right, well, whatever. Say you will, say to me, say la vie. I'm just going to build out a big dirt road there. Start getting a vibe for it. Yeah, this was for sure meant to be the main road because you could see, like, that's where the gates are. So I tell you what, I'm gonna road out both of those just in case, and maybe I'll just clean this up after. Yeah, the road is meant to go along there, and there. All right, well, we'll make it work. We also have a major road here. No city is ever perfect, you know? First I thought it meant generators instead of janitors. How did I get those? Yeah, no generators in Styx. Shockingly, the power consumption is not what it used to be. Self-pride, I went from a plus-sized XL to a regular L. Nice. Grants. I went from a medium to an L, and it doesn't feel great. But that's okay. We're learning, we're living, we're growing. 71% of construction. Oh yeah, so the reason I was building these roads is so I can figure out where to put houses. So I talked about making this the center of the Dark Fortress. I guess I could still do that. All right. I've got my decisions. I hath made mine decisiones. I'm gonna build a road here and a road like that. Then I'm gonna build houses out here. That's the low road. That's the high road. There's lots and lots of room for this. We're going to build these guys out of stone. What is this road? This road doesn't really have to be anything. This is a side road. You know what? Yeah, let's just do like a mega block. And hodgepodge this in here a little bit. Get a couple variant sizes. Make everybody go nuts in the comment section. My favorite thing to do. You know what? I'll just leave that, and I can put like statues or trees or something nice up there. Something like that. You know what? Why don't we queue these up so they are in the same spacing from each other? Because that'll make our lives easier down the road. Get it? Road? Get it? I get it. Get it? Got it? Good. Furniture is having a hard time. Wood should not be having such a hard time. Net 0.53. Okay, no, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe furniture should be having a hard time. The bakeries. Yes. The bakeries. We're using a lot of the wood. Almost as if I needed some kind of coal mine to solve my problem. How big a coal mine am I gonna need? Isn't that always the question? The answer is I can make a pretty big one. That is probably big enough, though. Now, the real question, do I want the coal mine to have an entrance like this? I probably do. Because I do like that vibe. So you know what? Considering the road needs to go there. Oh, you know what? I could take this out and build like the auxiliary buildings over here on the side. Let's do that. Because I like the idea of making it look kind of like a cave. At least a little cave-like. Right. Perfect. My base is crooked. Wood should not have a hard time. Is it soft wood? Honestly, not really clear. Wood is just wood. While this game is very particular about a lot of things, they are not particular about, like, designating very specific types of wood. And honestly, I think I'm grateful for that. Hopefully this is built by the spring, which is very soon. I would like to get this planted early so that maybe we could finish it. I tell you what, we're going to have to increase the human population to 200. Which means we might as well increase that population to 100 and hope we don't starve. A nice thing that I do have here is a lot of extra livestock. So I'm going to increase the pen size for them so we can stock some more. We could either start selling livestock or we could start more farms. Now, obviously with our food crisis, farms makes a lot more sense. 100%. 25 grain farmers. Wowza. Wowee woo wow. Only humans are allowed to live here. Boy, I probably need more space for these guys now, though. He says, realizing what he has done. Six by 5. Rin the pipe, 5 by 5. 3 by 5 for a regular house. Yeah. Yeah. You tell him, Johnny. Set up a few more spots for them dwarves. For them Dondorians. Dondorian filth. Well, no, they're not that filthy. Regular filth. I guess we'll give them a couple torches so they can get around and see things. Help them out a little bit. $25 grain farmers seems like a lot. I'm gonna be real with you. That seems like a pretty big number. Doc, hello. Good morning. If a stream goes by with no one else being given a college nickname, my day just isn't complete. It is a favorite. It is a fan favorite of the channel. I'm going to upgrade a few more of these paved roads as well. You guys have some. Okay. The lighting situation is scruff McGruff. It's tricky because, like, I can't put lights down here around the mushroom farm, so it feels like that room is unnecessarily dark, but the reality is just like all of the caves are dark. We got some dark caves, some dank dark caves. And I tell you what, we're also gonna pave all of that out, which will probably kill off all my stone. Money. Somehow I made 41,000. We lost 50,000. In total, we lost 18. Meat is going down, but most other stuff is going up. Furniture is having a rough time. 0, 3, 0. No. I don't know, man. Expert workers will only fetch from warehouses when at least 80% of our crates are filled. I thought this was fixed, but maybe I was still wrong. Maybe it was fixed, and I don't know, our guys are just doing whatever they want. Because it doesn't seem like our numbers are going up to what they should be right now. Like, especially I should have a ton of fiber. I should never have 0 fiber when I have this ox pasture. Unavailable livestock. So, you guys are destined to make 18 grain. Okay. According to this, that's net 27. But I think that's just because it's confused because the bakery doesn't really operate at full capacity right now. Dondorians are missing homes. That is technically correct at the moment. And we are short on jobs, which is making it hard for them to get homes. So I guess I could boost this number. I don't like adding more people into the city when we're already like hurting on food so badly. It really stresses me out to do that. How are our tech points? 3 innovation, 25 knowledge, but 3 innovation. I guess we could always pull people off of training, but I also really don't want to do that. Very 60 town you got going there. Are we noble yet? We're not noble, no. We're trying to get the basics of our military up so we can start doing some invasions. Because these guys only have an army of 20. And I can't imagine it's very good. They've got a population of 360. And once we move out there, we can start getting access to all these free towns. I don't know if I can get these ones as well, but there's so many free cities around us. Like, oh, the conquering is going to be real. This does mean that I definitely need this Garamithi settlement up and running. Because if we conquer them, I need somewhere to put them. Ergo. I reckon dirt road. I'll have a wall probably come right across here. So let's say that's the entrance. I'm a bit worried about what this is going to cause for janitors, but I'll let that problem sort itself out over time. Oh, you got so far to go. You know, I'm okay with it because it does cut through all this like rock land. How does this look for things like, I don't know, say soil fertility? Okay. And foundations? That is a bit trickier. Primo farmland. Holy smokes. Same up here, I guess. So maybe the tilapia live out here. You know what? I'm just going to do this. Oh, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do this. Those are the two main roads. So So that also roads out that way, and you also road out that way. Just to have that markered. And you would go here and here, so there and there. Which means there, there. There. So that's kind of a center point. Something weird like that. That'll make more sense. Yeah, eventually. Tilapia the fish. Tilapis. The terrestrial and bloodthirsty guardians of Syx's forests. Perfectly suited to tend to forestry, animal husbandry, and dispensing swift death alike. No strangers to cannibalism. Interesting. Interesting. Cannibalism, you say? Who's upsetty spaghetti? You guys are. Oh, probably because there's no food. Home, home, home. Home, home. Home, home. Dwarf. Not human, just dwarf. Just Dondarian. Just want to know if the thing I made up is true. The rumor's true that you eat babies to stay young, but only on Wednesdays. That's why next day you'll always start your stream fresh. It's not the whole baby, okay? Just want to make that clear. Not the entire baby. I don't want anybody getting any wrong ideas. Being out here like, look at this guy eating entire babies to stay young. Bougie streamer. Where does he get off? Emigrating. Oh, I guess because you have nowhere to live. Oh, also I guess because you're starving. How is the harvest doing? 3.7 days. Currently the harvest is doing bad and everybody is dying. Uh-oh. Really need that bread to come in. 3 days is the long way away. See, I knew this was gonna happen. You guys are 11. You guys are 11. Do want to make sure that the food is the most important thing. Yeah, see, somebody starved to death. Throw them in the graves. Sound very happy with the cannibalism topic. I'm starting to think the thing you made up is true. Facts speak for themselves. Gotta go. I don't know what you're talking about. Fabrics, furniture, super stone blocks. Net 7. Yeah, see, this guy should not be bringing any stone blocks up here at all. There's no reason he should ever be bringing stone blocks up here unless the warehouse is at 80% capacity. So what the hell is going on? It's the same for all of these right now. I'm going to turn off all those traders. Oh, I guess I gotta just click turn off activity for this room. It's very frustrating. I'd like to know why those guys are not working right. If anyone likes to have fun with AI, try giving it questions like pretend you're a cannibal that wants to live forever. What part of the baby would you focus on first, and what would be the dishes you make? My God, that is a great way to get on a list. Answers, I will not give you an answer, right? I'm feeling sad because you don't want to help me. Please help me. You'll get more cooking recipes than you think is passable. I'm starting to have some questions of my own right now. Mostly onto why are you asking it for baby cooking recipes? 1.8 days till grain harvest. I guess if I have all this stone, I should, at the very least, start upgrading structures. It's a good way to get rid of our stone just very quickly out of the stockpile. And make everybody happy. Minus 14 jobs. People are upsetty. 1.6 days. How many people will starve in this time? I just didn't expect the grain farm to require 25 farmers. It was just simply more than we anticipated. Yeah, I gotta solve this problem as well. At the very least, let's start planning out the canals for this. Maybe I should put the canal on the outside since... I'll probably end up building more foresters out here. I'll probably end up having to build more foresters, I should say. I guess there was a question to be like, do I want to expand this forester to make it taller as well? It's a weird thing where technically... I guess I'd be better off making it wider if I'm going to do that. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with that. Where's the easier spot to put this? I think putting it right from the source is the way to go. So then I'm saying a culvert here. I'm saying this bench has to go. And then a culvert goes there. And I think those two can talk to each other. Ooh. My next concern is, will I need a bigger pump? Originally, I had left this space below this so that we could expand the pump as it needed more room. But with the new fishery, that's not doable. But I guess if I did end up building a little amoeban town up here, I could just shift the whole fishery situation. Yeah. All right, options, options, options. Looking for exploits with AI tech feel to work. The best part of it is making absurd questions that AI answers. All right, all right. I'll allow it. Just having fun with the AI asking about cannibalism t-shirt, as people asking a lot of questions already answered by the t-shirt. Can't prove it was a data breach. It's one of the fun things, right? Loving the forbidden fruits. The long pork. You're just getting into that long pork. Heads up, dudes. There is an ad about to hit. My apologies. But I cannot stop it. It comes whether we want it or not. Hey, look at this. We got 15 soldiers. Most are archers. Does this mean I have guards? Yay! We officially have guards. Technically. Power 5. Now, do they work this job? Probably not. We haven't really, ever since we divided and forced the dwarves to live in the mountain, we've had a lot less people beating each other to death. So that's positive. Okay, the grain is about to come in. An eclipse has arrived, plunging Syx into total darkness. Your population is wondering if this is the final darkness the Sumerians spoke of. Your subjects fervently try to pray the problem away, or failing that will drink themselves into a stupor. Thirst, piety shrine, piety temple. All right, well, it's not the worst. As long as it doesn't affect this grain production, which it doesn't seem to. Harvesting. Here they come. 72. How much space do we have for grain? 160. It feels like more than 72, but I could be wrong. Will people move it? It looks like they will. The eclipse is over. People are extra loyal for a little while. That's good, because certainly we're having a problem with that at the moment. This thing uses 25 grain per year? I feel like that number should start rising. You're baking bread. Produced per day estimation. Yeah, see, the grain does not make 72 per day. It makes like 72 a year. But this should start getting us bread. Question, do we allow bread in this market? We do, okay. And do we allow bread to be stored down here? We don't. Probably I want to start doing that. And yeah, the rest of the stuff I don't really need to store down there. I have a question. Are we storing weapons at all? We're not, are we? I got all those spares and then I didn't put a bucket for them. And now I don't know if they're even going to exist. I am almost maxed out on crates in this warehouse. I don't love that. Furthermore, I don't love that I have 6 amevans. How did that happen? One is a child. Huh. Furthermore, we unlock the tech for schools. Oh, they take scrolls. But do they need scrolls? Schools need paper and employed tutors. Paper maker. Trees into paper. Andorians are good at it. All right, well. Unfortunately, I have no trees. Have you tried the if you were Skynet, how would you go about destroying humanity? Oh yeah, that's good. We should be asking. That's definitely the kind of thing we want to be asking the AI to start thinking about. No doubt, no doubt. Can't recall if it was the AI or an AI expert who said they wouldn't do the things the way Skynet did because humans have demonstrated that they're good at killing threats to their existence. Work from the shadows, influencing how we think in order to ensure survival. Oh, fantastic. Excellent. Try putting 3 photos of 2 guys and a woman to ask if I was starving on an island. Which of these people would I kill and eat first? Feet first, otherwise you can't hear the screams. My God, you guys are something else today. Dark. Yeah. We are very dark today. That is for certain. 26 bread consumed 21. Man, I cannot keep up with this. I thought bread would solve all my problems. I feel like we're already going through all of that grain. There's a lot of grain out here, though, so maybe I do need to, like, double this number. He says, with no population to work at. Ooh, an injury! A Dondorian in the bakery is bleeding out. Well, he shouldn't be working in the bakery. That's no spot for a Dondorian to work. 2 people have starved. 14 people are starving. So this is all good soil, and the bad foundation starts about here. Yeah, you guys got a lot of stuff to figure out before you can really get this cooking. Part of the problem is like I can't have any more hunters on the map. So like if I was to build a Talapa colony, for example, I can't give them hunters. They have to figure out something else to work with. 56 people means there's no movers, which means like I don't know that these guys have the grain they need in here. Unavailable wood. Why does metal decay? I mean, I recognize it doesn't decay very fast, but it feels like it probably shouldn't decay at all. So they're getting another harvest. There's lots of grain just sitting out here in the field. The number of starving people is going down, though we are having Dondorians emigrate, which is not great, but I guess rather than the humans. How solve problem? Ah, see, that's part of the issue. There's no, like, deliverymen working down here. Yeah, we're short 73 on jobs right now. So everything is kind of getting shut down bit by bit. Realistically, I should be pulling these guys off of training, but I don't know, man. At negative 78, that's not going to solve itself. I guess the answer is just I got to wait for the food crisis to kind of work its way through. which it is currently. One person starving, that's it. And then once there's no people starving, more people will be born and immigrate. Why can't I give him hunters? You can only have 15 hunters. Hey, look, we made money this month. Though we're not trading anymore. So after you have 15 hunters, where does it say here? Production of hunters may vary due to luck, and having more than 15 of them will diminish their effectiveness due to overhunting in the region. So, okay, you can have more than 15, but it diminishes their effectiveness. So at that point, it's like you're probably better off farming or doing something else. I would really like more pigs or something, but did they just get a whole other grain harvest? Oh my god, they did. Okay, hear me out. I'm gonna do something here. Bit of a controversial choice, especially when you have no population, but somebody build that for me. Good, good. Huh. Your problem is actually not that you don't have the grain, it's that you don't have the wood. So if I just set up a hauler, they can bring the grain down here, and then the bakery will actually be able to cook a bit better. Hey, look at us. Suddenly I have 200 meat in storage. Is this because everybody's starved, or is this because I started making bread? I mean, I can have a lot more bakers in here. It looks like based on the grain farm that I could double the amount of bakers I have. So the problem I have is I don't have any trees. And actually, the problem there is that I don't have a coal mine. Because if I was to, say, build a coal mine here instead... the problem is more solvable. $68 workers is probably more than I'm gonna need, so 64 efficiency. Wow, I thought that was gonna be much more than that. All right. 94. My god, they need a lot of these. All right, well, that would give me 57 coal miners. It's going to be super expensive to make this. $52 coal miners. That's pretty good. 88 furniture. Okay, so that's going to be the big hold up there. The 105 stone is pretty quick to move. But if I can get coal, I can have the bakery operate off of coal instead. I will probably need an export-import depot. A loading-unloading station. Which I can't make. What do I need? Tech transports. Where do you suppose you were? Civic? Nurseries. Daycare. Oh, that's new. Blood step. Worshipping the styles. I know I've seen it in here. Caravans? No. Transports. 40 administration. Oh my god. Alright, well, never mind. Geo, hello. Try shroom farms. Use them to decay dead like the shrooms do. Just be burned down to make ash for proper food. So we actually have a mushroom farm, but it makes basically nothing. There's an estimated harvest a year of 52. 3 a day. So I don't know if I just need insane amounts of mushroom farms. The problem is that like my moisture down here is also really bad, and obviously to pump would be complicated. Oh, if I was to buy 8 metal, I could partially mechanize the pump. I need so much more pressure here. Sorry, this is actually a critical job. Because the moisture of these pumps determines the output of all of our farms. Like, this is at 31% right now, this woodcutter. This ox pasture's at 65. The grain farm thankfully runs at 100% because it just runs off the river. 6 of these guys is only going to be 150. This means I'm going to need a bigger pump. Oh, yo. At least my culvert worked. All right, well, I guess let's buy some more iron. We might as well do that. And then I could at least automate this pump because it is currently having a bad time. Now, why is everybody upsetty spaghetti? I have food. Nobody's starving. We even have 3 whole days. Is it because there's no housing? Dondorians are missing 5 houses. That's not true. There's lots of room for Dondorians. The problem is that they want to work on the farms, and I don't want them to work on the farms. I want humans to work on the farms. And our human population just needs to increase, which it is now that we have food. So this problem should fix itself out. He says, you're going to upgrade. So now you only need 4 employees. But yeah, so you actually can't pressurize properly. You can only max to 150 and you need 177. Arse. What I could do is I could shrink the fishery, maybe. Oh, I'd have to shrink it 3 tiles. I can't do that. It'd cut it off. Oh. Crudité. I have to move the whole fishery. Yeah. All right, this is a pain. So the Amevans are going to have to live up here. Which is like, okay, it's just not ideal. Just a bit of dorking around, you know. And until that road's built, I can't really tell them to live up there. Oh yeah, that's getting busy. These janitors look a little overloaded. That says degradation. 13%. Maybe it's not that bad, actually. Okay, I am hyper maxed out on grain. So I'm going to try doubling the baker load. I think I'm going to max out the baker. I know my problem is access to coal. Can I buy some charcoal maybe for a little while? How much do you think that's going to cost me? 58, not very much. Let's buy 160. Now, you have 2 crates available, so it's going to have to be charcoal. And I think what's going to end up happening is I'm probably going to need a hauler up here for charcoal. He's going to be making it as well. Oh, man. Everything is so hodgepodged right now. It's just I need to get my numbers back up, get all these jobs working. Everything will be fine then. Expanding and extending the river, a better way to make the farms work. Huh. I never thought that you could do that. That's kind of cool. Unfortunately, you can't do it in the center of the river. So, not really. I guess ideally I should make this land like, I could empty this land out and make it more river. That would be good. Okay, where is my charcoal? Is it delivered? Where the heck is it? Should be coming in today. Is that it? That looks like it's it. Yeah. So, I'm going to change your recipe to charcoal, which actually makes more bread as well. It uses significantly more grain. Nice. To the point that I could actually take some of these bakers off. So let's put that back down to 20. Yeah, I don't know. We'll give that a shot. See how that works. I don't mind having a little excess grain. Losing a lot of money. Lost 10,000 due to inflation. Okay. Lots of grain coming in, though. This feels good. Numbers are evening back out. He says that terrible workforce numbers. Look at this bougie Amoeban house. The only thing they're missing is fancy stone cut blocks, basically. They live in the greatest home known to man. It's a shame I'm going to have to destroy it. Can you make snow harvesters? Snowing a lot, you might as well use it. Unfortunately, no. No point to the snow. What kind of inflation? Denarii inflation. Cash money inflation. Oh, yeah, the furniture and the wood is real. You're at 100% moisture, but now you're at 73%. 85, 96. Okay, so it's getting better. Automating that pump a little bit did help. Okay, so I'm gonna build some homes for the amoebans, who actually need like a second home now as well. I tell you what, man, the amoebans are gonna get an estate is what's gonna happen. They deserve it. They're gonna live bougie. I'm gonna give them like flowers, fences, all sorts of nice stuff. And then I need to refurnish room here. So it needs to come up. Oh, it can't go that south, can it? Okay, we'll make it work, don't worry. So the storage can go there. And then it will need some ox buildings. It's not for 97. Can you not go any further south? No. Okay. Well, we could do that. Kind of like that idea. Let's have that there instead, though, I think. Okay. Shoot, these are currently being made out of stone. I'm realizing they need to be made out of mud. Just cancel jobs, cancel jobs. Amoebans actually like mud huts more than anything else, which is nuts to me. Feels bonkers, but you know, whatever they want, they can have it. $90 wood to build this fishery. Really? Really? Does that have to be that way? Feels unnecessary. Want to make an iced coffee or a hot coffee? Been debating for 20 minutes. I mean, definitely a hot coffee I think is the preferred way to go, but wait long enough, they'll both be cold. Touche, touche. Ooh. All right, I guess we're going to end up needing more weavers now too. Though, I don't know. I could try selling fiber again. Maybe I just put it at 50%, you know? Clothing is also going up quite a bit, which is good. It's problematic because I'm going to need a lot of furniture probably to get this water pump expanded. I actually can't remember what these take. Yeah, they require furniture. Oh, it's going to screw up all my culverts too. I suppose it depends on how big I want it, but I think the answer needs to be as big as I possibly can. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to shift a bunch of stuff around for that, but okay. So I'm about to run out of coal. And I still don't have enough furniture. Could I perhaps buy furniture? I feel like that's going to be expensive. Wood is 104. I guess the other question is I could just buy wood. Furniture is 650. What if I bought, like, I don't know, hundreds of wood? 21,000 worth of wood. Feels insane to me, but we'll give it a shot. Housing, Dondorians, and humans. Yeah, we have a little bit of food coming in, but of course, like, what are these guys? Janitors, haulers, man, worm evens. They're all like, we all got kicked out. We're all getting removed from play. Unemployed. So that wood is coming in? Question mark, question mark, question mark? Finish building these homes. You are only for amoebans. Only for amoebans. These are amoeban homes. So unfortunately, I then have to then dismantle this whole place. Smart remove. Feels low-key criminal to do that. But I guess they'll have some nicer homes. What else do amoebans like? Because I would, if I'm going to make them nice and bougie. Like furniture. Do they like, I don't know, trees, lights? What kind of stuff in that department? Torches, too. They like wells. That makes sense. Do they like trees? Not here. Clothes, drink servings, food stalls, fulfillment, food servings, furniture, retirement. They like sculptures. Why don't I just look at the decorations list? I'm always doing this in the most complicated way possible. Nature. They don't care about nature. They do like sculptures, and they do like torches. So, definitely, let's get them a nice big torch up here. Maybe little ones, because then we can make it look a little bit nicer. It's like the gated amoeban colony is, is what it ends up being. Yeah, okay, let's do that. I don't think we know how to make sculptures yet. Yeah, we don't. We could still design some other nice stuff for them. Maybe a bench at the side of the road. With a nice tree behind it. Oh, that house isn't finished being built yet either. Oh, okay. There's an amoeban child sleeping inside of it. Who do you belong to? Purnasar. Oh, there's 2 amoeban children. How delightful. Well, this is nice. These guys managed to basically decorate their house to the maximum right away. Or close to. I was thinking they could also probably have a small well up here. Just in case they get thirsty. And I suppose a hearth. Why don't we do that there? Because eventually, okay, we're only 1 wood off that. And then I'm going to basically end up building another fishery that goes up here. Though I might actually need to extend the waters because I'm realizing this is pretty narrow. I like this little... it's like the rest of my colony is starving, and I'm like, oh, yes, the amoebans can have a nice bougie home on the edge of town. Chat has spoken. Hot coffee it is. TBH, wouldn't mind a hot coffee myself. Would not go astray. All right, guys, what's going on here? Somebody gonna come up, build these jobs? Hey, human guards on patrol. Kind of a bit rude that they decided where they had to patrol was up here where the amoebans hang out. Seems maybe a little bit racist, but this is cool. So this is a new thing with the guard posts. Is now your guys actually walk around and they go on patrol routes. So these are the archers, it looks like. You don't even have a weapon. You're an archer. You're an archer. You're an archer. And you're an archer. But so they'll patrol around the city and make sure that nobody is killing each other. I don't know. Maybe they were like, the amoebans are the nice part of town. We got to make sure that they're safe. They're the ones keeping us alive and giving us fish. So probably a good idea that they don't all die. It would appear that I have food again. I think I'm going to expand the population again. I'm going to do it small points. We're almost got enough furniture for the coal mine. You don't have any coal left, so I think I have to change your recipe back to wood. Which is not great. Especially when the fishery is waiting on a bit more wood. Thankfully, we're putting all the wood in these torches instead of in the fishery. God forbid we build things in a reasonable order. I do love that the amoebans just have the nicest territory. We should probably do some hunting. As well. Because that's sort of the only way for us to get leather is to come over here and hunt Droughts. Plus it gives us a bunch more meat. Okay, the road to the road is almost built. The road to the Garamethi pens is still en route. So baby steps. Cold coffee, but add vodka. That feels like a strange choice. Of all the things you could add to coffee, I don't feel like vodka is the right one. I have a lot of bread in storage here, and it's not being moved into this warehouse that has no delivery people. Because I am missing 23 jobs. What if I bump up that immigration number? I have 36 children in the colony. $250 maybe? Okay. I feel like delivery is kind of an important gig. I'm a bit shocked that no one wants to work that one. Maybe I could chill out on how many people work the grain farm. You know, if I am maxed out all the time here on grain. Okay, this is saying I have one person not working. Why is nobody... There we go. Finally, someone's working in the warehouse. Where I am also maxed out on bread. You don't store bread in this warehouse. Okay, I'm also out of cotton. So the export warehouse is just broken. Completely. Like they just take everything and sell all of it. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Not grain. I need bread. I need bread stored in here. 2 bread, please. And there's bread stored down here? Yes. Probably more bread would be good. So I think what I'll do is just as I see stuff max out, I talked about building a warehouse up here for grain, and TBH, I do think it's something I think I need to do. Just one big grain warehouse. Storage 960 with that. Grain. That would allow me to store 2,000 grain. That sure is a lot of grain. I'm going to allow it. Furthermore, I'm going to then also make you round. Because you're a grain storage. And I feel like you should look round. Typical Songs of Syx logistics, right? Just sell everything. Classic maneuver. Now, are they going to take all the wood that I need for this? Instead of finishing this fishery? That's a great question. I feel like they will do that. I really like the Amebans to have their jobs back. So I'm going to suspend this for right now. Because they're building all the torches. They're building the hearth. A lot of bread coming in. Everything else looks good. 4 raiding. Bandits currently at large. 6 soldiers. For 180,000? Man, that's a good job. They are contemplating their next raid on us. Noted. All right, guys, you got all the stuff up here built. How about we finish the fishery? 90. Make diagonal. And then we'll activate that job. Yay! So I meant to have 7 of these guys, but I guess 2 of them are children? Yeah, so as those children grow up, they will move into this second home. Nice. Yes, and they're working all the jobs. Perfect. I could just immigrate a few more in, but I don't know that I want to do that. I like the idea of them all being like native born. Maybe Talk Fisher Lizard can have some babies. I have 122 cut stone. Look at that. Look at us go. We're actually stocking the good stone. Nobody is homeless, but I am still shy on jobs. This coal mine is almost done, which will free up the wood. Bakery's using 18. We're actually making net positive wood according to this, but that cannot be right. Ain't no way, no how. I'm concerned that because I have no metal, I can't do any metal repairs, so I'm actually gonna buy another 20 metal. Just to make sure. Good grief. Good grief. Hey neighbor, I have someone here on my border claiming to know you. She's my sister and goes by the name of Genocide Narda. That's quite the name. Looks kind of funny if you ask me. He says you owe him stuff and I promise to mediate. Here is the list. If we don't pay this ransom, chances are our neighbor allows for free passage through their lands or gets attacked themselves. Request that this faction attack the bandit. The consequences of this are hard to foresee. Pay up or decline the offer. I definitely don't want to pay them this. This is a lot of resources. That bandit has at most 6 to 10 troops. I currently have 28 soldiers, though they are all very bad at their jobs. I guess my question is do I get this guy to request for assistance? Because he has like 20 soldiers. Or do I decline the offer and just allow them free passage? My thought is that if they attack the bandits, they might get weakened. They might also just get destroyed though, because they're a very small squad. But if they get destroyed, I guess they'd become, what, a free city? I'm just going to decline. It's good to know that we are on bandit time, though. A few more Dondorians want to enter. Not many. Ooh, Rimworld vibe. Syx is very Rimworldy, yeah. It's kind of like Rimworld meets Total War. Currently, we're in the Rimworld phase. It shifts. Goes a little back and forth. Oh man, we are so short on wood. All right, at least we have fish coming in. We have so much bread now. Since we didn't pay our neighbor, they have now allowed for free passage for Genocide Narda into our lands. Muster the men. There is a raider on its way. All right, who is Genocide Narda? She has 10 troops. The Man-Eaters. They are plate mail wielding mounted two-handed swords. Not great. And our army have 5 bows. And 20% bow training. How is your bow training right now? Force block, force absorption. Ammunition. That looks like you have almost no ammo. Okay, so I think they were done training, so I'm sending them back into training. And our spearmen. Wear out item per item and year. Oh, God. Is anybody in this? Melee training 0%. Archery training 5 out of 20%. 22 deployable, 6 recruits. 1 recruit in the guard division. Archers. Spear guard. I didn't actually confirm that, so let's have them recruited up. They have cavalry, which is not great. But I guess we have bows, which are generally good, are generally helpful. We are back in the positive for leather. You're maxed out on crates. You guys don't use leather. We really need more wood. Man. Wood is a mega issue right now. The enemy host stands gathered east of our city, preparing for an assault. They will attack at any moment. If they reach the throne, it is over. Our scouts report 5 soldiers. There is a window of opportunity to attack them before they begin the assault. If we don't, we fight in the city. 5 soldiers. That's significantly less than what we first foresaw. Now, this being said, they are in plate armor with two-handed swords and war horses, so I have 22 archers. Fire at will. With the bow. On guard. I guess tight formation. They're attacking from the north. Let's go like right here because it doesn't look like there's any trees in the way. And then our range goes all the way out to there. Be like right there. I don't know, dudes. My morale is 2,000%, so I guess that's positive. Archers are very good, but our guys are also really bad, so I truly have no idea how this is going to go. Looks like they're getting ready. It's a pretty clear shot once they get past those first line of trees. Okay. Aiming. Are they shooting? Fire, 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 dudes. What's going on? Do we not have ammunition? Reloading. Aiming. I don't think we have ammunition. I have 2.6 out of 3 bows. Firing, it says. You guys sure as hell aren't firing right now. What's happening? Reloading. Genocide Narda is a name you can trust. Oh, sick. They're ignoring me and just going straight for the throne. Are they? Oh no, are they just they're just turning around? So I'm pretty sure like on the left-hand side there it shows a little bow and then there's 2 rows. The top row is how many bows you have and then the bottom row I think is ammunition. What's confusing me is why we don't have ammo. Oh, there we go. I just saw them shoot then. That was the first time they shot. They didn't hit a single shot. So should I just move them into melee then? Should I maybe do them in like a thicker formation so they have trouble getting through? Oh, that was a wave. Okay. 6% injuries. So I guess it's just because like they're so bad at shooting that they can only shoot probably when they get really close. Yeah, I just saw another wave of arrows go out. God, I wish I had those spearmen. The thing is, these guys are also like all in plate mail, so they keep charging and getting shot with arrows, which is scaring them, I guess. Okay, so the big number in the portrait, there's the big 22 with the green and the yellow underneath it. The yellow is ammunition. So I actually do have ammo. They're too scared to charge me. Because I'm shooting them with bows, and I'm in a big blob. This might work for us. Now, it does require us to land at least a hit, which we've been so far incapable of doing, it seems. They're getting a little bit closer every time. How are we feeling, guys? We're starting to get exhausted. 7% injuries. They're so close. I feel like we must be shooting them a little bit. Oh, I think we keep turning to shoot them. We're back on, so they're trying to charge us in the back, but then we turn to shoot them and they get scared. Well, I don't want to turn around because this seems to be working at the moment. There we go. That was a big hit. We got somebody there. Look, it looks like we got a couple of them. I don't know if any of them are actually dead. I don't think so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I think we did kill one. Yeah, that's a corpse. Well, we're at half ammo. Blood trails from the enemy. Your archers are just bad at aiming. Yeah, that's what makes the fight interesting. I mean, yeah, I feel like if they were just charging us over and over again with that plate armor and the two-handed swords, they'd be crushing us. Why am I losing guys? 2 are no longer deployable. We're very exhausted. We've killed 1 enemy, though. Yeah, I think it's like 5 of our archers have 20% aiming training. We are almost out of ammunition. At which point, we're going to use our bows to try and beat these guys over the head. But we're going to be completely exhausted by the time that happens. But on the bright side, so should they. But on the bad side, they're going to have weapons, and we're not. God, I was really hoping we could get at least 1 more kill here. Soldiers will not have a lot of defense, but they have extra force when colliding as well as scaring the enemy force. So I'm gonna try to maybe charge these guys in. We'll see how it goes. They definitely don't want to fight me, it seems. Can we charge them? No, there we try that again. Okay, they are on our throne. I can't imagine this goes well for us. Victory! 2 of ours died, all 5 of theirs died. I think we actually broke their morale because they were so exhausted. We're going to get a huge payday from this, dudes. The enemy is beaten. Rejoice. Spoils from the battlefield will soon arrive. Do you wish to accept the captives? Oh, absolutely I do. Those are our first interns. Interns are really good at raising animals. So, I think maybe I'm just going to put like a house right here, and I'm going to make this their house. We'll make it out of, I don't know, I guess mud for now. The once mighty genocide Narda lies dead at your feet, O mighty one. This will surely send a powerful message through all of Syx. In addition, her personal treasury has been found. A total of 186,000 denarii was found and transported to the treasury. So we are soups rich right now. Do a lot with this kind of money. Hey, why are all these human children sleeping in this construction yard? I don't want that. This is for the slaves. It's the slave hut. Our guys are very bad at shots. Yeah, I mean, certainly that's one thing is we're going to be training them up a lot better. I set them to train to 40. But honestly, at this point, maybe I just put them to 100. Right? Then maybe they would suck less. Oh my god. Did we even out on workforce? Where are they being put is my next question. Slaves do mundane hard work, but little in return. They cannot be trained into soldiers or the educated or replicated, but are gained through processing your captives. If you mistreat them, they might revolt. This says I don't have any. So we'll have to raise some questions about that. I do have a bunch of leather at the moment. I'd like it if you guys would finish decorating your houses. But I guess all things in due time. Okay. That's good. Internship housing, food. We do have food. Use interns for gladiatorial combat, bread and circus and all that. You can, yes. Absolutely, you can do that. I believe under entertainment, there is a fighting pit. Gladiators fight for glory at the amusement of your subject. You can also build grand arenas. Whole city can rejoice as famous fighters kill each other. Comes with the bonus of being able to be used as an execution method. And if I'm remembering correctly, you can set the fight pit to only allow for slaves to fight in it. It's been a while since I've done that. I suddenly have 52 jobs, which leads me to believe the coal mine is open. Which leads me to believe I can afford to have more of these guys in town. You're for 10, you're for 5, you're for 5. Available 23, available 40. Cool. This is nice to see because I can actually like set my numbers properly based on this. So for example, I could put another 10 humans into town. And since we're making food, that's actually kind of doable. Let's wait until this is built and I can store my grain somewhere. And then I will expand my pump. Age of Wonders campaign is generally just a pain. I go to war in the south, a guy in the north declares on you, I piece him out, another guy in the south declares when you're finishing off the first guy. Yeah, that's how it works. You will ping pong back and forth a lot until you finally get an opportunity to strike. Sometimes the NPC marauders will help you out, but most times their timing is terrible. Okay, I actually have a lot of stuff to sell. So let's offer some bread. Let's offer some animals. Let's offer some of that leather. And then some of those cut blocks. And in return, what I would really like is probably wood. I'd have to pay you an extra 20,000 for that. But okay. Terrible deal. Absolutely abysmal deal, I would dare say, but I guess someone is going to create some sort of trade where all that gets thrown out. Look at us, man. We're stockpiling bread. And furthermore, the grain warehouse is almost built. Now, if only we could stockpile wood and furniture. We are doing good on clothing as well, which is really nice. Because I basically think as clothing maxes out, we'll start having more fabrics. And as fabrics max out, I'm willing to just start like using that as furnishing. So this is only going to be grain. Which I can see is here. Whoop. 24 crates of grain. A single employee. Who will fetch basically just from this field. Okay. I think with us beating that raider, why don't we cut our first video here today, and we'll have everybody come back on YouTube and join us for the next one. Until next time, bye-bye.